I love associating these type of shapes, melodic shapes. So if I have a C major scale, for example, which you can associate to this chord, I like creating notes from my particular scale that have these kind of more fifths or fourths in them. So something like this, for example. I like associating them. So if I play a scale, any scale, I go like that. And in my mind, this is still C, right? I can even find these kind of shapes in different positions if I play C major over here, right? What I do is I see the fretboard as one, I see the scale that I'm working on as one, and I make sure that I know the notes of the scale I'm creating with on one string, and then I come up with shapes based on my imagination or based on the intervals I'm looking for. For example, this, it's not a rehearsed shape, but I'm thinking about the intervals so I can come up with these. I bet there is some kind of association of drop 2 voicings in there. Doesn't matter if you don't know what these are right now. But basically I'm seeing the notes of the scale and then I'm creating different shapes based on the intervals I want to create. So that can sound like C major, right? Now, even if I have another chord, like F, for example, right? If I know that this F is part of the C major scale, the 4th degree, I can still use the same kind of shape, but now they're on a different background, because the scale notes are working with the chords, basically. So you can do something like this, C, then play interval-based approach. Then when you go to F, you're still in the C major scale. You can still create all of those sounds. See? And now I'm just moving those shapes according to the scale. So if I'm C major, all of these notes that I just picked work on the scale, right? So I'm gonna move them up to the next section, still staying just with the notes of my specific scale. I'm staying with C major here to keep it simple. So this type of approach really gives you kind of like a pianistic-like intelligence to the instrument. And this is what I try to bring to my students on my website, weissguitar.com, is that diatonic awareness, like that you can always create ideas and you can always move them diatonically. We specifically dive into that in the core elements course, but I would advise to go for the whole thing and really go step by step from the foundations to the core elements and then move from there. If you haven't checked it out, you can check it out in the description of this video. But anyway, those are some ideas you can start thinking about. Whenever you're playing a chord or a scale, see if you can pick a few intervals and see if you can move them diatonically, and I'm sure you'll come up with some cool creative ideas.